Today I went on my what I like to call a daily walk, but I just can't get out there daily. Sometimes circumstances, sometimes life happens. Anyway, today I did manage to get on my walk, and instead of walking the full distance, I got about 3/4 of the full distance of the walk and deemed it necessary to head back to the house. That house right there is Mitch's house, and right over there, about mid-screen, that's Lanny's house. And there's Lanny or Creighton one working on a tractor, moving a big round bale of hay. Well, talk about chasing rabbits. Anyway, I got back to about here, and I'm going yonder way, and I hear something. I hear a roar. Beekeepers know what a roar is, and it's been several times that I have heard a roar, and it was a bunch of bees foraging nectar from the top of trees that were budding or blooming or something. So I stopped and I looked up, and I can't see too good, but sometimes I can see bees moving at that distance if I watch real close. But I couldn't see any bees up there, so I looked down. Looked down at the base of that tree, and there's a kind of a sort of an indention at the base of that tree. And there's what I saw, but I saw more of it than that. Okay. Ooh! It's been raining a lot, and a drop of water just fell out of a tree and hit me on my camera hand, and I jumped. Anyway, this is a little bit of what I saw a lot of, and I hurried to the house and took care of my little chore, and grabbed my camera and hurried back, and this trying to show you what I saw. And I'm not sure this is bees yet. I hadn't got close enough to tell. Might be yellow jackets, but I suspect it's bees. So I'm going to ease up a little closer and see what I can see. Also, I don't know if this was just an orientation flight because it's been raining a lot. Right now it's about 62, 3, 4 degrees, something like that. It's been raining a lot. The forecast for the rest of this day and for tomorrow is for no rain. So maybe the bees are confirming the weather report. Anyway, I don't know if this is bees or yellow jackets. I don't know if this is a swarm leaving out, or just a big orientation flight, or bees coming into this hollow as maybe one of the early swarms of the season. I don't know, so I'm going to get up closer and see what I can see. I feel like I'm taking a little bit of a chance with a wild hive, if it's an established hive, because I'm right at the entrance. I'm about 4 or 5 feet from the entrance. So, and I can tell for sure it's honeybees. It's not yellow jackets, it's bees for sure. It's March 13th, it's early in the year. I don't know if it's too early for this location, for this weather, for this to be a first swarm. If it is a swarm, I don't know if they were leaving this tree or if they were coming to this tree. The only way I got to tell is if I see some bees carrying pollen in. If it's a swarm that came to this tree, I think bees will not be carrying pollen in this soon. If it's a swarm at all, instead of an orientation flight or a cleansing flight, if it's that, if it's an established hive, I think I'll see them carrying pollen in. if it's a swarm that came to this tree, I'm wondering where the original hive is. And if it's a swarm that left this tree, I'm wondering where they went to. I just, right then when I saw all that, I couldn't take time to watch and see what was happening, if a swarm was leaving or coming back. I just didn't have time. So I don't know what, it's kind of a little bit of mystery right now, but it doesn't act like a newly arrived swarm, because a newly arrived swarm sometimes takes 30-40 minutes for them to go into the cavity. And I don't quite feel up to sticking my face down in there to sniff and see if I smell honey. So I'll just sort of get out of their way a little bit and watch the goings on, the comings and goings, and see if I can tell anything if they're carrying pollen in. Okay, I watched about 5 minutes and I saw one bee carrying pollen in. So this is not a brand new hive. This is an established hive. But still don't know if it was just an orientation flight or a swarm. I suspect because it's mid-March, it may have just been orientation flight. But I'll spend some time looking around, and now that I know for sure this is a bee tree, I'll kind of look around and see if I can see where a swarm may have lit. And there's lots of trees around for possibilities, for places for a swarm to have left and lit, and wait until they scout out a hollow. Earthquake. About center screen is a hollow in a big oak tree. It's a live tree. This is a big oak tree. It's a live tree. I know the owner of the property. I think I can get permission from him to put a lure near enough here that if and when this hive swarms, I might can offer them a place to stay that they might like better than a hollow tree. I'm almost back to the house. I'm less than a quarter of a mile from the house, and I hear bees. I hear buzzing, a slight roar. And I thought, surely not 2 hives in the same day. And I was looking out, thinking I might see orientation flight or something like that. But it's just these bees foraging on these little bitty flowers. A bunch of bees, a bunch of little bitty flowers. Right at my finger, in between my 2 fingers, is how big the flowers are that the bees are foraging. And the bees are busy foraging. Lots of bees foraging those little bitty flowers. March 13th, 2015.